the non-government organizations and the community-based dialogue in conflict resolution. And with me in the studio today, I have Dr. Abeokuta, who shall be doing justice to the topic brought to you today. Please sit tight, sit back, and enjoy the program. I'll be right back. I'll go on a very short break. Then when I come back, we'll dig deeper into the matter. Stay tuned, please. Welcome back to the show. Peace and Conflict Resolution is the program. And like I said the other time, I have my guest in the studio, Dr. Abeokuta. He's a veteran journalist, a senior, highly reputable lecturer at the Christland University. And I must tell you, there is an authority when it comes to issues of conflict and peaceful coexistence. I welcome you, Doctor.
Thank you so much, Oba.
You're welcome, sir.
You are reminding me of the Delta, Niger Delta people.
Well, thank you very much.
With this attire.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, we go into the matter proper. We are looking at the impact of the NGOs, the non-government organization, and community-based dialogue in resolving conflict. What do you think the position of non-governmental organizations, because they have their own, they are private entity, and government has a larger role to play in this issue of conflict resolution and managing it. What is the role of the NGOs and the purpose of dialogue in resolving conflict?
Well, one must first identify the purpose exactly of why these non-governmental organizations are set up. Okay. The emergence of a non-governmental organization was as a result of the observation that there were gaps in addressing a lot of challenges, especially at community level or even a societal issue, because almost on an everyday basis there are developments that actually need that attention, not only locally, but even either nationally or even internationally. And non-governmental organizations are actually set up by interested individuals or organizations who had identified some lapses and feel that they could mitigate some of these lapses. And for conflict situation, there are many non-governmental organizations that are actually operating at different levels and with different agenda or focus, and the objectives are spelled out even through registration. Because you are coming up with registration, you must actually identify areas of need or your capacity in being relevant to the need when it comes to conflict management. And so non-government organizations are at different levels, and they play that vital role because somehow they are very close to the people. They are very close to the communities where they are operating. They understand almost everything concerning such communities. They actually relate in such a way that almost on an everyday basis they gather information, they gather data, they relate with the people, they identify the challenges, and through them so many issues are actually addressed. One way or the other, they've been very relevant, especially when we are talking about early warning signs when it comes to conflict management. They, through their availability and their sacrifice and their interest or their voluntary approach to such issues, they identify those early warning signs, and they try as much as possible to find, to get the information to whatever necessary for management. Similarly, there have been occasions when non-government organizations had sort of maybe facilitating interaction between warring parties, or even sort of ensuring that there is a process in place to sort of influence dialogue And with that, they'll be very relevant when it comes to this approach that is the alternative dispute resolution approach. And it has been very helpful because one way or the other, many of the non-government organizations have actually assisted greatly in management of conflicts. And they have also been very relevant in post-conflict management. A few days ago, I was discussing with a senior colleague who is based in USA, and he told me about the role that he played when in Burundi, especially concerning child soldier and those stuff, because the Burundi war escalated to an extent and was really very destructive. But it was able to come into play, especially in the area of mitigation and especially in the area of post-conflict rehabilitation and those stuff. And I had to sort of even link him with another friend who is in the presidency, who also has interest in the child soldier. And then it was interesting when they were actually analyzing the experiences, because the other person in the presidency had actually written a book on that. But non-government organizations are actually very, very relevant when it comes to conflict management.
Okay. Let's go into the issue of community. And when we talk about the community, we're talking about the community-based dialogue in resolving conflict. And now, the CDAs, we have them. And without the cooperation of those CDAs, the authority, I'm not sure the NGOs can be more powerful and deliver as expected. And if that's another angle of it, because we've had in the course of the research that some NGOs has become money-making organization. Some are are dipping into politics, and politics within the CDAs. And this has become something, because when they want to, we talk about prosecution, because they cannot prosecute. They need to hand over whatever they have gathered. And in resolving conflict, many do not know much more about the alternative dispute resolution. And this is where the problem lies. You have said it in your lines that they have their modus operandi even at the point of their registration. Do you think they follow all this?
Well, it's unfortunate that many people have an impression that non-government organizations are for money making. Why I'm saying that is unfortunate is the fact that many of them are actually very relevant. And many of them are playing great roles in our society. And many of them, you actually need to actually see the sacrifices they also make in ensuring that they are very effective. Although these days, everybody wants to say, what am I making? What is the benefit of it for me? And how can I actually make something out of it? Probably that is one of the reasons why in Nigeria the money for registration was also jacked up, because they felt that some people are making money from donor agencies or through funding or so. But I don't want us to actually look at the financial benefits just alone. The most important thing is to what extent are they relevant. You need to see some people who are actually committed to such objectives and goals. But do you know that the NGOs are also used to generate information? are given the opportunity to carry out researches and find out, and they ask some questions. They have their objectives, they have their goals, and they have the system of the approach to data gathering. If you're actually looking at them from the perspective that they are just ordinary, you should just not underrate them, because they are very relevant, and they can actually give those information that could actually make or mar, because they are the first to interact with the people at the very, very grassroots, and they also see how they could actually pass this information, and they send this information even outside Nigeria. Yeah, that's internationally. But locally, some of them have been very relevant in mediation. You can say that in terms of prosecution, there could be a challenge. But when a third party is respected in a dispute resolution approach, and that third party can facilitate that facilitate both parties from coming to the negotiation table, mediation table, I think that is the most important thing. And there are many NGOs in Nigeria that are so powerful that command respect, either as a result of some of the work they have done in the past, or some of the personalities leading such NGOs. You see, even when it comes to electoral issues, you see some NGOs actually facilitating that sensitization and even mobilization and even mediating to ensure that things are, sort of managed when it comes to management. And in the community, these NGOs are very, very relevant. I want us to actually look at the yes, and taking a look at how much they are making. Even if they are making money, do you also know that they also spend money?
Exactly.
Do you know that they also do certain things, like even when it comes to transportation, when it comes to even documentation, when it comes to even so many perspectives. Occasionally you facilitate dialogue, and you cannot say as you are facilitating that dialogue that the parties involved, you are not going to entertain them. You entertain them, you do certain things just to make. Even occasionally, you know that some of these NGOs also provide financial support to the parties involved. Okay, if you come, let's give you this, let's give you that, but everything is so documented. There is no free gift. Just everything is documented to ensure accountability. And so they are very relevant when it comes to this. Please don't let us look at the financial aspect. Financial aspect could just be secondary.
Okay. Let's quickly go on a short break. Viewers, please stay tuned. When we come back, we'll dig deeper into the matter, please. Welcome back to the show. We still your program, Peace and Conflict Resolution, and we are looking at the impact of NGOs and community-based dialogue in conflict resolution, conflict managing. Managing conflict, how do you manage conflict within your family, within your community, within the society where you belong, your church, mosque, and household, family? Please, how do you do that? Yes. Doctor, we have had in a recent time that some people their role is to make sure they facilitate, round table talk between the attackers and those that are being attacked, and it could be within one community to another, and what is the position of the government? What is government doing? What's your take?
Well, when it comes to conflict resolution, the role of a third party in mediation is actually recognized. And so many other organizations or individuals have been playing this role effectively and facilitating peaceful approach. I think it is just a new approach when it comes to Nigeria, because when it comes to terrorism too, Nigerians are not used to terrorism. And it's unfortunate that things are getting the way they are getting. And both parties must actually look at this. How trustworthy is the person trying to mediate? Well, you are aware of the fact that when Boko Haram started the other time, our former head of state, our highly respected Baba, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, promised to intervene. And he went to the north to meet the then leader of Boko Haram. People were shocked that he could go and meet him. And what he was trying to do was to facilitate that dialogue so that if you have any, what are you actually fighting for? What do you want? The government, what can you do? Okay, this is complaints or so. And he went there successfully. He came back and he spoke with the federal government on what could be done and how to go about it. But it was unfortunate that things got worse because probably as a result of delay or a division in the other party too, which made things to get worse. We can actually look at other areas. Who can we trust in negotiation, in facilitating dialogue? Facilitating dialogue is normal. Through negotiation, we can actually resolve this. But when you take a look at, do you even identify these terrorists? The other time we were told that some groups, some gangs were in Katsina to negotiate with government or sign an accord. Who were the leaders of those gangs? Who are the people behind them? Who is supplying them arms? Who are the ones financing them? And what are they actually fighting for? What are they actually doing? And then the unfortunate aspect is the fact that they display arms and ammunition without without any sense of remorseful or being remorseful.
Sometimes when they do their video, they make sure they cover everything they do, the attack they carry out, and it seems they are becoming something else.
Exactly. And you will see them moving now, advancing beyond the northwest or northeast or even north central. You see them even getting to Kwara State now. People are just saying that they're almost everywhere. But we must also commend our DSS. I think they are doing a wonderful job. We are seeing DSS coming up and acting very well, and they're doing a wonderful job. We just hope that other security agencies will also emulate, yes, because the DSS has been so wonderful. And we know that even with the approach of the president, it's as if the president too is leaving no stone unturned to ensure that we get over this act. We should not even forget or leave out negotiation if necessary by any third party, but we can actually either use the NGOs or international agencies or even some personalities to influence, because some traditional rulers also command a lot of respect, and then there are some religious leaders that can also come in to facilitate this dialogue, because if you say that you are having this these terrorists, what are they actually after? Are they after the Christians? Are they after the Muslims? Are they after school girls? Why are they? Why? The question: why is it that it's only girls they always look for to even kidnap? Yeah, those are issues that you can always. Then how relevant are they to the resources available in some of these areas? Economic resources. We talk about even some mineral resources. Then to what extent are some foreign influence, are some foreign other governments or organizations also involved? International agencies, international organizations. You heard that some countries are also interested in some of the resources available and are the ones financing them. So if it is also required our having a country to come in as a third-party negotiation facilitating team, there's nothing wrong in that. The international process can also come in.
All in the interest of peace.
All in the interest of facilitating peace, a peaceful environment for Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Well, that has been Dr. Abeokuta, who has been doing justice to the topic brought to you today. And I'm very sure you will enjoy the topic, the discussion we have brought to you today. Thank you for being there. And Doctor, I must thank you for coming on the program. I know you can go on and on, but our time is fast spent, and we have to go. We have to leave studio for now. And I hope when next we call on you, you'll be here.
Thank you so much, Oba.
Thank you so much, sir. Yes, this is where we shall be drawing the curtain on today's show on peace and conflict resolution. Till I come your way next week, same time on the same station, I am Oba Oluwashefumi Oguleye. Let us be peaceful and facilitate good dialogue. Be there next week.